Hello and welcome to Wisdom Bites. Hope you're well. Thank you once again for joining us. Very much appreciated. As you know, I tend to do one video a week because I really don't get very much time during the week. I'm so busy. However, many people ask me for an update in the comments, so I thought I'd give you a very quick update in terms of exactly what's just happened in the last few days, as well as what may possibly happen in the next few days and next few weeks. But before I do that, a polite reminder, and I really do want to emphasize this. Everything in my videos is only for educational purposes only, and nothing should be taken as financial advice. Please do your wider research before you make any big investment decisions, and whatever happens, you must take responsibility for that. So in my last video, I showed you quite a number of confluencing factors, which basically said that we've come to this strong trend line and we were due a correction at the $52,000 mark. So on Tuesday, this is what happened. The fall has been around about 19%. So the main thing is to now analyze this fall and see exactly where we're heading. If we have a look at the 1 hour chart, we can see that there's a symmetrical triangle now actually playing out. Now, as somebody pointed out in the comments, this is a bearish pattern simply because when we come into a symmetrical pattern from the upside down, it's a continuation pattern, so we would expect this to happen. And vice versa, if we go into a symmetrical pattern, that would be a continuation pattern to the upside. But as we know, Bitcoin always has the audacity to actually shock and surprise. So whilst this pattern is a downward bearish pattern, it is 50-50 that we actually come back down and do a double bottom with this level here. So we could quite easily, and this is definitely on the table, that we come back here and retest this 48,800 in a shorter term time frame and then use that as the bound. So that is definitely on the table. However, as I've been mentioning in the many last videos that I've been doing, that the hash ribbons are underpinning the Bitcoin price at the $44,000 mark. So I've drawn this line here. Yes, we can come back down to the yellow line here, which is the 44,000, and break up, and we can still wick down to this level to create the double bottom here before we move up. So these are still possibilities. However, the reason why I'm expecting the price to break to the upside is because if we have a look at the Fibonacci retracement, which I've been using to predict most of these prices, firstly, if you remember that when we had this massive rally here, and I was saying that we will be coming back to the $37,500 mark down here. That was based on the Fibonacci retracement when we did it from this point here. And I said at the time that the momentum that we're having is so bullish that when we do have a correction at this point here, it will be more than likely be above the normal 61.8 that the Bitcoin price normally has an affinity to. So the price I gave you was the $37,500 mark, which is exactly where it came back down to. Similarly, we've been having a very big increase here, although we've been topping off at these levels there. We can extend this Fibonacci retracement to this point where we just had a correction at the $52,000 mark. And guess where it's come to? Exactly at the 38.2 mark again. So whilst it's very possible that we come back to retest this level again at the 43,800 level, but just like here, when we bounced off and had a very strong move to the upside, this is what I'm expecting, that when we move out of this symmetrical triangle that we've just drawn, we're more likely to go to the upside and retest this $52,000 mark again. And we'll see what happens when we come to this level here. So basically the 38.2 is proving to be a very strong resistant point for Bitcoin to come back to and correct from. And at those levels, we seem to be having strong bounces. So it looks to me as though it's a very good probability to be having a big V-shaped bounces that we've been having recently. And it may well be that we have one here as well. While we're looking at the Fibonacci retracement levels, we can see quite clearly where the next levels are going to be for Bitcoin. So one of the confluencing factors that I mentioned in my last few videos was the 61.8, saying that between 51 and 52,000, this is where we're going to have the correction, which is exactly what's happened now. However, look at the next level, at the 78.6 level here, and that's at 57,300. Now, if you look at the price action that we had when we were going up, it's quite clear that there was a lot of resistance at that point. So if you take it from there to the wicks and the bodies of the candle up here, you've got a price range of between 57 and 58,000. So you can see quite clearly as the price moves back up past this level here at 52, 53, and we may get a bit more resistance at this level. But when we do get past this, please remember the next level is here. It's very clear the Fibonacci retracement, as I've just showed you, is saying that, as well as the candles on the left-hand side, the price action. The price action is extremely important. It determines your resistance and support lines. And this shows quite clearly that at these levels, at 57, 58, we are going to get another correction. Always remember, this is not financial advice. And always remember that Bitcoin has a habit of shocking and surprising us. So whilst we expect one here, just like we were expecting one here, and it happened, it could possibly be the case that it goes barging through. Am I expecting that? No, I'm not. I'm expecting with a very high degree of probability that we will get a correction at the 57, 58 mark. So this is the level I'm waiting for to see whether there's going to be another correction. And obviously, the previous all-time high at the $64,000 mark is going to be the level after that. So we've now got 51, 52 correction already completed. We're waiting for another correction at the 57, 58 mark, then the final correction at the $64,000 mark here before we take off to the upside. The other reason why I'm not expecting the price to go below these levels here is that if you look at the yellow line here, this is the 21 weekly exponential moving average. I've been mentioning this for many, many months now. And as you can see, when we broke it, we went into a downturn. Now we've gone above it. We're now coming back and using this as a support line. And if you look through history, we can see quite clearly in this bull market here, we've used this multiple times to find support in the bull market. And so far, we've been using it in this bull market as well. This fall that we had was completely unprecedented, totally unpredicted. And as I said, Bitcoin has a habit of surprising and shocking us from time to time. However, for majority of the case, we do find very good support and resistance, obviously here in the bear market on the 21 weekly exponential moving average. So currently, we can see quite clearly that the fall that we've had is finding support exactly at that point. So I would be very surprised and very shocked if it goes below this price here, which is underpinned at the $43 mark, which it came down to before having a strong bounce. So certainly I'm expecting a bounce up to the $58,000 mark around here before a little correction, then going up towards the higher side. And finally, I want to show you this chart here. It's the total crypto market capitalization. So this chart includes Bitcoin, Ethereum, and all the altcoins. So every coin in the crypto space is included in here. And if you see to the right-hand side, the whole crypto space is worth $2.396 trillion. Now, the interesting thing here is that we found strong resistance at this point here. And always remember, whenever we find strong resistance and there's a big rejection, then whenever we come up to that level again, this is exactly what happens. And this was another reason why I thought that we would be having a correction at the $58,000 mark for Bitcoin. But as you've probably noticed, that all the other altcoins also had a correction here. So it brought all the market down at this point. If we zoom out, we can see quite clearly that from here, when we came up to that same line here again, we got rejected. So it's only a matter of time before we come back and retest this level again. And that will create a double bottom pattern here, which will allow us to get back to the upside. So that's just for the total market cap. So keep your eye on this total market cap, and you can get this crypto total market cap by going to the indicators and typing in crypto total market. And I've used the top one there. And finally, the RSI, I just want to mention before I go that we had these lower highs on the RSI and the higher highs on the price action here. So obviously creating a divergence, which is one of the reasons why we said the price is more than likely to come in for a correction. Now, if we look at the channel that was being created here, because we've now broken that channel, so it's more than likely that we're now playing out this bearish divergence before we start moving to the upside again here in the next few weeks and months. If you want to support the channel, then please click on any of my videos, and then below the videos you'll find a box called Show More, which gives you a description box, and in that description box is the affiliate link with Etoro that I have. So I partner up with Etoro because that's the main exchange I use for all my investments. These are the reasons why I tend to use Etoro. It's a very simple exchange to use in terms of depositing money and withdrawing the money, as well as trading if that's what you want to do, as well as for long-term investing, which is what I tend to do. So if you want to support the channel, please click on the partnership link, and then what you'll do is you'll get this box here, and then you can basically put your username, email and password and just fill in the form there. If you like any of my videos and you find value in them, then please don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. So in conclusion, what I'm really saying here is that I don't expect the price to go anywhere below this level here, but we could come back down and retest this level and find support here or at the $44,000 mark around here at this level here. My expectation is that we're going to break to the upside and continue towards the 51-52 mark, where we'll get a little bit more resistance before we finally break through towards the $58,000 mark. Okay, so we'll leave it there. Thank you once again for watching. If you found value in this video, then please do remember to like and subscribe if you haven't already done so, and to turn on the notification bell. If you want to leave any comments, questions or suggestions, then leave them in the comments below. Until the next time, take care, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.